Hello again, welcome. Today we're going to start our unit on map skills. So the first thing we're going to learn about in our map skills unit is the difference between maps and globes. We're going to start off by talking about maps, something I have hanging right here, and then unfortunately I don't have a globe at home, and I actually don't have a globe in my classroom at school either. I usually borrow one, and no one was there last Thursday when I went to the building to borrow from, so I was not able to come home with a globe. But what I have is a virtual globe that I'm going to show you, and I'm going to give you the websites where you can get online and look at a couple of virtual globes. So first we're going to start by talking about maps. So maps are flat, two-dimensional shapes. So we usually talk about 2D and 3D things when it comes to math with our shapes, but we're actually going to be talking about that with our maps and our globes today too. So a map is something that's two-dimensional because it doesn't have any thickness to it. It just lays out flat. And it shows us a section, an area. So this map right here shows us the area of the United States of America. So I want you to tell me, because we have studied a lot of our American symbols, and through that we kind of looked at maps of the United States of America. We talked about how many states there are. Tell me if you can remember how many states there are, because that corresponds with how many stars there are on the flag. How many were there? 50. Good job. So here are all 50 states on this map in the yellow. The states happen to be in yellow on this map. And down here we see our area of Alaska and our state down here of our islands of Hawaii that are on there. But this is a map that is used to show us very specific things in the United States of America. Right here, I'm going to show you, here's our lovely state of Florida, right down here on this map. And this map happens to have a map key. We're going to talk about that more in detail later, but I just want to show you just a few things. It shows rivers, deserts, mountains, and forests. So on here, I see that a blue squiggly line means a river. So I see lots of rivers going up and through the United States of America on our map. See if you can see those, spot those. And then I also see down here that there is a picture of a tree that represents a forest. And I can see an example of that right here in our state of Florida. That's the Everglades National Forest that's down there. So that is an area, and we see them all around, that there are forests here. So this is a map. Again, it is two-dimensional, it's paper-based, it's flat, and it shows a specific section of where you are looking at. It could be anywhere in the world. For instance, you can have a specific map just of Northport. If you remember when we went to the fire department, they had a giant map up on their wall of Northport, and it showed where all of Northport and where different areas were different colors, remember, depending on which fire station went to service that area. So that was an example of a map. Another example of a map, they don't always have to be paper-based. They do have to be two-dimensional, but not always paper-based, because you happen to have one on your parents' phone that you use a lot of time. And that is our maps that help get us somewhere. So if I want to go somewhere up in Tampa to another school that my daughter has a band contest at, I just put the name of that school in there, and the map shows me the roads that I need to take to get there. So that map is very specific to our area, and it shows me very specific things, the roads I need to get somewhere. So you can ask your parents to show you some of the maps that they may have on their phone, and you may want to look at some different things. So this is what a map is, and we're going to be working a lot more with maps. But I want to take a few minutes to also talk about globes. Now, unfortunately, oh, hold on, my computer went off of its page. I got to put it back on. It went to sleep on me. Unfortunately, like I said, I do not have a globe, but I have some virtual globes on here. So parents, I'm going to give you some websites that you might want to go to and use. The first one is NASA's website that has a great globe that is virtual that I'm getting ready to show on just a second, but I'm going to tell you what the address is. It is worldwind, like the wind blowing, worldwind.arc, A-R-C, arc.nasa.gov. And that is, here is the Worldwind website. And you can see when you, I'm going to try to make this work so everybody can see, when you scroll down here, it says explore using Worldwind. So if we click on that, oh, I forgot, I'm used to my school computer, it's touch. This is not touch, sorry. There we go. So when I click on that, it takes me to, oh, there we go. There is my, again,